Hello, greetings to you. You're welcome to our channel Touch Billions, and today we're actually going to be analyzing the market, the gold market. So first of all, let me just take out every single of this stuff here. This was our analysis from the previous week, and we're going to be having a more clearer idea on what we feel the market will be doing. Already, even before the market opened, I had a very clear idea of what the market wants to do, but due to the fact that I was not really active when the market opened. But then let's pay attention to this. All right, let's pay attention to this. Now, I left the two up part because that's still where we are very much open and waiting for the market to get to. So this was where the market was at this particular point in time. So if you're watching this for the very first time, you know that the line you're seeing rotating in front of you, the vertical and horizontal line, where that meets, that's where I'm always using to identify what I'm trying to see. So this was where the market was here. It was already going up gradually. Then we now saw the market at this particular point before it's going, before it's should I say, the market opened and it went all the way up. There was a point here where it came, what's actually reacted and actually coming to the downside, right? Now, what did the market do? The market actually was going for this particular point here. So, but before we do this, we're actually going to follow our normal rule of top-down analysis and see what the market is doing. So on a let's say on a 1 month time frame, we can see that okay, at the very top there was a break of structure at the very top here. So here, at some point here, but that has not closed yet, so we can't tell what this particular candle can do because we are still on the monthly scale for that, right? We are still on the monthly scale for that. Good. So if we go to the 1 week time frame, but that is giving us a clear picture of what this can do. So if we go to the 1 week time frame, already you can see this point here was pinpointed at some point. The market came into this zone here, and that was exactly what has brought about the massive movement to the upside. Now, if we go to the 1 day time frame, right, the 1 day time frame will practically be giving us a much more clearer. Let me just take this out because this already has carried out its purpose. So if you go to the 1 day time frame, you can see that we have this zone that we're anticipating the market to get to, which it had not, but it got very close to that particular point, right? So let's go up again. If we go to the 4 hours time frame here, we can have a very clear picture of this zone here that we're expecting the market to come to really give us a very massive buy. Now, if this point is invalidated, then we're looking at this zone we have been waiting for, for days, right? Which will bring a massive momentum to the upside to break the structure. That's so sure. React at this point here at some point, but then move up. So let's go to the 2 hours time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. So this is exactly what we're looking at here. First of all, let me get this very clear. So I normally take my entry from 1 hour, 45 minutes and 30 minutes, right? So I'll be using the 30 minutes for this, right? So already we can very clearly see this break of structure at this point here. You can clearly see this break of structure at this point here. And let's use the 45 minutes and have a clearer picture. Okay, so to some extent, some fair value gaps has been filled. So but then we can look at this point here. We can look at this point here, which is where the market actually reacted to. And this point now, this is beautiful. So this point here, knowing fully well that this particular point actually did not, you can see here, it's created higher highs here, right? It's created higher highs here, right? It's created higher highs at this point here. From here to this point, right? It's created higher highs. So this fair value gap, first of all, has reacted to this market, and now we can say, okay, we're seeing the market coming to this point here, coming to this point here, and going all the way up. So we can just put this significant high here as our take profit while we bring this here to this point, where we have this arrow already before now. Now, if this is invalidated, let's say the market comes to this point and does not hold, now the market can still move from this point and go up. Yes, it can, because you see all this point, these are incredible levels of liquidities that are so pending here. Or this point like this, like the market is so hungry for this thing here, which would bring us to this point we are waiting for all this while, right? Good. So that is one point that we know that will just take us all the way, right? So let's not forget about that liquidity there. So if the market invalidates this point, if it gets to this point, there's a tendency of it moving all the way up. But if it invalidates this point, then trust me, we're coming down to this particular region here. We're coming down to this particular region here, this point here. We're coming down to this point to see the market come all the way here and poof to the upside. So we are actually going to keep our fingers crossed, but then this is exactly what we're going to see from gold. You understand? This is actually exactly what we're going to see from gold, right? So this is the possibilities, and let's keep our fingers crossed and see how this is going to play out. So please, if you got value, do well to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment. If you have a question or contribution, know fully well that we're here to help you win. And let's go.